Shot day is where many people mess this up. The best food is usually not a giant salad, a cheat meal, or nothing at all. On Ozempic, Semaglutide, or Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, the safest shot day meals are usually small, plain, lower in fat, and built around protein. The problem is not just what you eat, but how hard you make your stomach work. A lot of people treat shot day like a test of discipline. They try to eat clean, or they barely eat because they want to avoid side effects. Then nausea, bloating, acid reflux, or bad tasting burps show up, and the medication gets blamed for the whole mess. Food deserves part of the blame too. These drugs slow how fast your stomach empties, which means food sits there longer. A meal that feels normal on other days can feel much heavier on shot day. That gets worse when the meal is fatty, bulky, or large. I'm Dr. Kim, a licensed physician. This is not medical advice. Consult your doctor. Because your stomach empties more slowly, shot day meals need to be smaller and easier to handle. You are not trying to eat perfectly. You are trying to get nutrition without making your stomach work harder that day. The best shot day meal is often boring, and that is good. A small meal with lean protein, a simple carb, and modest fiber works better than an oversized healthy bowl. Simple food usually sits more comfortably. It tends not to ruin your afternoon. Start with protein, but make it easy. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, chicken, turkey, tuna, or white fish are often easier to tolerate. A rich burger or a dense steak is often harder to handle on injection day. Softer and leaner usually wins over heavier and richer. Then add a simple carb that is easy to digest. Toast, rice, oatmeal, crackers, potatoes, applesauce, bananas, or plain noodles are common safe choices. The goal is not trying to be strict about carbs. The goal is food that gets you through the day without turning into a problem. If you want practical combinations, think small and plain. Eggs with toast, yogurt with half a banana, chicken with rice, soup with crackers, or turkey on plain bread are common examples. Those meals do not look impressive, but shot day is not the day to be impressive. This is where foods that sound healthy can cause trouble. A giant raw salad can feel worse than toast and eggs. A high-fiber wrap can feel too heavy in your stomach, and a huge protein shake can feel like a brick. The issue is not whether those foods are healthy. The issue is whether your stomach can handle that kind of meal on injection day. Portion size matters more than many food lists admit. A reasonable meal in a small amount may go well. The same meal in a large amount may go badly. When the stomach is emptying more slowly, meal size also affects side effects. It is not just about which foods you picked. That is why one common mistake is eating little all day, then trying to catch up with one large dinner. People assume they were being careful. Their stomach often reacts badly to that sudden load. Nausea, pressure, and reflux later that evening are not unusual after that pattern. Now comes the part many people do not like. The best shot day food is often not the food that sounds healthiest. It is the food you can actually tolerate that day. People force giant salads, dense bars, or greasy restaurant meals because they want to feel disciplined. Then they feel awful and blame only the drug. That matters because the wrong lesson leads to the wrong fix. Some people decide the dose is too strong when the bigger issue was the way they ate around the dose. Others stop eating for too long, then end up weak, dizzy, constipated, or headachy from eating too little and drinking too little. Sometimes the medication is the problem. Sometimes the bigger problem is the way they were eating around the shot. What should you avoid on shot day if you are sensitive? The usual troublemakers are high-fat meals, fried food, spicy food, large desserts, alcohol, and oversized portions. For some people, carbonated drinks also worsen fullness and burping because the stomach already feels too full. Fiber is a good example of why timing matters. Fiber helps many people over time, but a huge raw salad or a bulky high-fiber meal on shot day can backfire. Gentle fiber in a modest amount may be fine. A big pile of raw vegetables is a very different idea. Protein shakes can cause the same kind of problem. Some people tolerate them well because they are convenient and easy to portion. Other people feel overly full or nauseated after them. If that happens to you, do not force the shake because it sounds efficient. Small solid food may work better than liquid food that stays in the stomach too long. Hydration also matters more than many people realize. Reduced appetite can make people forget to drink. Then the shot gets blamed for fatigue, headache, or dizziness when the real issue was not drinking enough water. Steady sipping through the day usually works better than trying to fix it all late at night. Timing can help more than fancy rules. Many people do better with a small meal before the shot or shortly after. That often works better than injecting into a totally empty stomach and guessing later. Not everyone needs that strategy. But if you reliably get nausea, it is one of the easiest things to test. The foods you handle well can also change when you move up in dose. The week you move up in dose is often harder than a week after your body has adjusted to the medication. That is not a sign of failure. It is a sign to simplify. Shot day is not the best time for rich takeout, celebration food, or nutritional experiments. One more timing pattern matters. Some people feel symptoms within hours of the shot. Others feel normal that day and worse the next morning. If that second pattern is yours, the same rule still applies. Keep meals gentle and moderate and center them on protein you usually handle well. In either group, the practical question is simple. Do not look for one perfect menu. Match the meal to how your body usually reacts on shot day. If your usual shot day is smooth, keep meals balanced and moderate. If your shot day is rough, use one gentle protein, one easy carb, and enough fluid until things settle. Here is the simple rule. Fatty, bulky, spicy, or huge meals are usually a worse bet on shot day. Small, plain, lower-fat meals that are easy to chew and digest are usually a better bet. Simple rules beat long food lists. If symptoms keep escalating, food is not the whole story. Repeated vomiting, severe belly pain, inability to keep fluids down, fainting, or dehydration need medical evaluation. Food strategy can reduce ordinary side effects, but it does not replace care. So, what are the best foods on shot day for Ozempic or Mounjaro? Usually the calmest ones. Small, plain, lower-fat meals with tolerable protein are the smartest choice. On these drugs, the meal that seems boring may be the meal that lets you function. That is the win. Medicine simplified. That's what this channel does. If you want more, hit subscribe. This is not medical advice. Consult your doctor.